Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So, this is a video where I'm going to explain to you all how you can pass EduQual exam and which exams you should really target and focus on, right? So, I'm going to go through all of these requirements step by step. So, the first thing you need to understand is that EduQual exam has the diploma of EduQual, whether you're going for level 3, 4, 5, or 6. It has two requirements. The first requirement is passing basically the MCQ portion of the exams, and I'm going to walk through all of those things. And the second is interview and presentation. That's where we give you a topic, you create a presentation, you come back to us, and then basically we interview you for a given questions, so on and so forth, right? So these are the two requirements. The first part is MCQs. And this basically includes MCQs for all the key things like the internship MCQs and the EduQual MCQs. I'm going to show you all of them one by one. And the second part of the exam is basically the presentation and interview. Like we give you a topic, you create 5 slides, and you show us the slides, you explain the topic to us, and then part of the topic is like the topic is given by us. We control the topic, you don't control the topic. Our goal is to give you a topic related to the job description, because the whole idea of all of these things is to ensure that you secure the job, right? So that's one thing. So I'm going to dig down on the first part. The first part is basically MCQs. So let's jump on the screen and let's go through all of those things. So as you can see, we have different qualifications. Different qualifications have different requirements, right? So the first requirement is there is level 3 requirement, right? We also have basically there is level 3, there is level 4, there is level 5, and there is level 6. All of these are now part of Al-Razak. All of them are part of Al-Razak, so you don't have to worry about that. And what is Al-Razak will be covered in a separate video, so don't worry about that. Okay, so the first thing is you need to understand, what are the requirements. So if you are studying level 3 diploma, which is diploma in cloud cybersecurity, or any level 3 diploma that comes in the near future, this is what you need to take into consideration. So the most important thing is level 3 has total number of MCQs, which are related to internship. So there are two parts of the exams. One is the internship MCQs, and the other part is the EduQual MCQs. In order for you to get the diploma of EduQual, just the diploma, right, you need to complete 3,000 MCQs if you are doing level 3 diploma, which are roughly 150 question banks. Question banks means every question bank has 20 MCQs. So altogether, 3,000 MCQs. If you're doing level 4, it's 175 question banks. If you're doing level 5, it's 200 question banks. And if you're doing level 6, it's 225 question banks. Now, the question you might be wondering, when can I appear for these exams? How much do I need to study to pass these exams? This is the shocking part. The shocking part is anyone can pass these exams once they register for the diploma. They pay the examination fee immediately, and then they go in and basically start doing their exams. These MCQs can be done by anyone, even if we haven't studied a single course. Part 1 of the exam. It's 2 parts. Part 1. This is the part 1. So essentially, you can go and you can register for the diploma, and on day 1, you go and say, okay, I've already paid the examination fee. Now I'm going to go for the diploma exams, and I'm going to start appearing for the diploma exams. So you go in and you start attempting the exams, right? You go in and you start attempting the exams. So this is very interesting. I'm going to show you something. So you attempted the first time, the question bank 20 questions, you scored 50%. You didn't pass. You second attempt, 70%. Third attempt, 85%. Once you pass, the second question bank will open automatically, right? So now you can go for the second question bank. So how do we grade you? We will take out the average of of these 3 attempts, which is going to come out to 68%. That's how we do. So we take out, we add all of them and we divide it by 3, number of attempts 3, and then your score is 68%. The minimal score required for this is 50%. When you attempt the first time, write down the answers of the wrong questions that you're doing so that you remember. But when you do the same question the second time, the question will change, the order will change, even the answer's order will change. The answer will still remain the same. So every single person can pass the EduQual exam because it is based on MCQs, multiple choice questions. You can fail the first time, the second time, the third time you will pass the exam. So that is how you have to pass the EduQual exams. Now keep this in mind, right? This is how long will it take? Roughly when you do it the first time, it might take you 20 minutes, 1 minute per question, something like that. But as you progress and as you keep on moving forward, the time will reduce and you'll become much more proficient, much more efficient, and you will be going through them very, very fast and you'll be able to pass the exams, inshallah. But the most important thing is every single person can pass these exams. The part 1. Part 1 has 50% of the weightage. Part 2 is where we give you a topic and you present us 15 minutes of presentation and then 45 minutes of excruciating, grueling questions being asked. Now, part 1 of the exam of EduQual, anyone can go anytime, even if we haven't started a single course. But the part 2, the requirement is you complete 85% of the course, like watching all the videos, making sure everything is done. Then we will allow you to go for part 2. So roughly, it can take you 6 months to 12 months to complete the whole diploma program, right? But essentially, you can pass the first part of the exam, the MCQs, very, very fast. Now, I'm going to show you something important as well, right? So this is what you have to pass through. The exams are very, very simple. The exams are, they walk you through all of those things and it becomes very easy for you to pass, right? Now, this is where we explain to you all the key things of how to pass the exam. The exam fee is £250. So if you go for level 1 or level 3 or level 4 or level 5 or level 6, that is up to you, which level you want to go. But regardless, the fee is £250. Now, there will be discount campaigns going through. When you buy the course, at that time, if you pay the registration fee, there and then for the exam, you pay less, right? Sometimes you look out for the deals. The examination deals will coming in, from time to time. But if you pay at the source, the examination fee will be less. But if you pay later on, at the time of registration of the course, then obviously the fee will be higher. It's £250. The essential element to note is if the fee is £250, £180 goes through EduQual for this to them. This is known as learner's registration fee. That is how they manage, right? The remaining £70 is for us for the examination purposes because we conduct the exams, we do all of those things. However, as I said, if you do pay the examination fee at the time of the registration, you pay less. This is the most important thing to note. So remember this because this is going to make a huge difference for you, right? Saving £70 make a huge difference for anyone. That's one thing. Now, keep this in mind. There are unlimited attempts. Unlimited attempts, take as long as you want. You can do all of these questions at any given point in time without any problems whatsoever. Now, also note, this is again very important for you to understand that, if you do level 6 diploma, then obviously the examination fee is a bit higher. I mean, the questions are a bit higher, but like examination fee is the same. Examination fee is the same, right? But obviously the questions are a bit higher. So if someone asks me what should I do, it is up to that person, what he wants to achieve. If that person wants to achieve to complete the exams and be at level 6, then go for level 6 subscription. You can only pay the examination fee of the given exam that you are registered for. The exams will be given, so for example, you buy the subscription and there and then you pay the examination fee. Examination MCQ course will be given to you after verification. So there's a process which is known as KYS, Know Your Student. So we will ask you to establish your identity. We will ask you about your name, everything, your passport copy, your national ID copy, anything that has an official document by the government of your country, of your given country. And then there are people coming from different countries. So it can be passport, it can be ID card, whatever, driver's license, whatever you have. 2 pieces of official IDs needs to be submitted, 2 pieces, which has your name and your face and your signature and all of those details, right? The second thing that we need is basically that's the 2 pieces of information that we need from one part, and the other is basically any kind of utility bill or a bank statement that you can provide it to us, which has your name and your official address. So these are the 2 requirements you have to fulfill to establish your identity with us so that we know exactly who you are, that you're claiming to be, right? So that's one thing. So essentially, anyone can go for these exams and they can pass these exams as per their requirements. Now, how long does it take for a person to complete all the questions? So for example, if you're doing level 6, you have, roughly 4,500 EduQual questions, right? Then you need to complete these, if you do, there is an Al Razak program as well, which is separate. But if you want to just go for the EduQual diploma, that's fine. You don't need to do anything else. But like, if you just want the diploma, complete the courses and go for all the exams. Doing 4,500 questions will take how much time? If you do 5 question banks every day, that's 100 questions. Within 45 days, all of your part 1 exams are over. The remaining time you can spend, completing all the courses while you prepare for yourself for part 2 of the exam. So that is basically completing the exam. There's a second part to it. The second part is Al Razak. Al Razak is where we give you 100% guarantee that we place you on the job. We place you on the job. For Al Razak program, requirement is you pay the EduQual fee within 30 days of your registration. You need to do that. You need to get yourself registered for the exam. This is extremely important for you. So go in and register yourself immediately for the EduQual exam. Pass the EduQual exam. So you need to pass part 1 and part 2 both. Excuse me. Part 1 and part 2 both, right? But you also need to pass the internship exams. The internship exams are another part. So level 6, it has 100 question banks, around 2,000, plus some more. Like there are some internship specific HR related questions. There is emotional intelligence questions. All of these things, if you combine all of them together, you have around, 200 question bank something. And then that comes out to 4,100 MCQs. So if you add this and this, you have altogether, and here the passing marks is, 60%. 60% is the passing mark. So it's easier, right? Again, we will take out the average and you have unlimited attempts. Unlimited attempts. We are not judging you, how you do, how you're performing. No, we are preparing you for the job. Our goal is to place you on the job. Nothing else, nothing else. So you do this, you do all of those things. So altogether, if there are 8,600 MCQs, if you are, there are 52 weeks in a given year. If you want to do it, how can you do it? All of these things, I've explained it to you within 20 weeks, within 6 months, like essentially, like within 52 weeks. If you want to do it like within 52 weeks, every week you do 165 questions, right? If you want to take it slow, if you want to go fast, you can do it faster, right? So essentially, it all comes down to how you want to perform, right? So you have to pass all of these things. Now, once you do part one of the EduQual exam and you have completed internship exams as well, and while you're doing the courses, you can start attempting the Al Razak program labs. Al Razak program labs are very unique. These program labs can only be attempted once you pass part one of the EduQual exam and also go through all the courses and everything, and then part two of the EduQual exam as well, the interview and presentation. Because some of these labs can only be done after passing EduQual exam MCQs and going through specific courses. So you need to complete, so for example, there are labs regarding Dockers, there are labs regarding Kubernetes, there are labs regarding generative AI infusion into DevOps. So there are labs regarding all of these specific pieces, right? One can only do these labs if they have completed all the specific requirements of Al Razak. The exams. The exams are the key. If you want the money back guarantee, you need to complete the exams and Al Razak labs both, one by one. So part one of the labs of the part one of the EduQual exam is MCQs. Part two is interview and presentation. And I will show you what is interview and presentation really is. It's a very simple thing. You need to create 5 slides. You need to explain the whole process and walk me through the process of how you did all of those things. And then we're going to ask you questions. Those interview and presentation can only be done if you have completed 85% of the courses, right? Watched all the courses, completed all the things, all the requirements, and then you move forward, right? And again, you also have to pass the internship. The internship is also important for you as well because you need to have the internship letter. For Al Razak, internship is MCQs are must. Just for EduQual exam, if you just need to pass, EduQual exam and just get done with the diploma, it's your choice. So there will be a second part of the video where I'm going to explain to you Al Razak in further detail. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.